All right. Hey, welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host, CJ De Palma, with the better host, JY, and the bestest host, Claire Bays.
I think JY is mixing up his Ovaltine right now.
Yep. That's exactly what he's doing. Do you have a budget? So like, are you a money guy?
I mean, that stuff is cheap, right? I need to look up the ingredients.
Stop,
I need to know.
Don't do that. It's for sure full of additives. There can't be anything real in it. Let's not do that. Let's not do that to him.
It makes you strong. That's all I know.
No.
I think Gucci would have totaled 340 if she drank Ovaltine every day.
What did she total?
Oh,
sorry.
Not on air.
Oh, okay. Is that part of her qualifier?
Yeah, it's part of the.
Oh, sorry.
One.
Okay.
So,
just kidding.
Was what I said okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you're in trouble.
Yeah. It's just too competitive for us to do that.
Okay.
And her total's really good, and so that'll probably be her best thing. So we have to.
Yeah, 295 will be a solid score.
Won't be a terrible score
for that workout.
JY, speaking of being strong, let's start out with. But this is crazy. So I'm deep into looking at the ingredients now, which is probably not what I need to be doing right this second. So
yeah, you'll just be.
The list is very long. I'll say that. Maybe I'll count them to start. So they're back-to-back shows this evening. Like we had the weekend review came out earlier. Mm-hmm. Then let's see, Boys Interrupted, Clydesdale's just finishing up, and then us. So there's
the best for last.
That's right. The grand finale. I say that. I mean, I don't know. Will Savon do a review of the weekend review?
Yeah. Usually it's like later at night. I mean, it could be on right now.
So then technically,
usually it's a little later.
That would be the latest.
What Clydesdale went on? Did he not go on yesterday?
No, and I'm assuming that's because of his surgery.
Yeah, he had surgery, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which it sounds like I did not get a chance to listen to their entire thing. I popped in for just a few minutes at the very end, right before coming on here. But I would imagine he probably recapped it, and it sounds so far from what I've seen like it's going well. So hope so.
Clydesdale's actually currently on. That's what Kenneth said. So yeah, speaking of strength, Strength for Strays was this weekend, and I know it's probably. Anyways, Maddie Rogers put on a weightlifting vet at Mako, a charity event.
Oh, cool! It's for animals.
For animals.
Yep.
And Olivia, so a bunch of USA team members came. Olivia Reeves was here, and Jacoby
broke the world record in all of the lifts.
No, she didn't. She could have in the snatch, but we were running out of time, and sure she would have taken a fourth attempt for fun. But she snatched 122 and had 124 would have been her PR, and I think the world record. I think she has the current snatch world record at 71. And she had the current clean and jerk record at 154, and she clean and jerked 156. It was
just bonkers. Absolute smoke to snatch too.
Oh yeah,
like 5 kilos.
Can we pull it up? She has it on her page. She just put up her lifts.
Oh yeah, are you asking me to, or are you gonna do it?
I'm asking if it's okay with you guys that we pull it up.
Sure. Yes.
I guess.
By the way, for us that are count weight in pounds, that's 269, or I guess 270, 269 pounds for her snatch.
Mm-hmm. So here's her warm-ups. Here's her weights. So that's like 92, 94, 5, it's 105, it's 110. And then on the platform, she went 112, smoked it.
This was at Mako?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like a random lifting meet, not like
a yeah. I mean, it was sanctioned
at all.
It was sanctioned.
But you know what I mean? Like it's
insane.
Like if I did a lifting meet in my gym, or decided to do a lifting meet in my gym,
right? And you got it sanctioned by USAW. That's the equivalent of this. Yep. And the money went to your Ovaltine fund. Like that's like, not saying the Ovaltine fund's as good as Strength for Strays, but same. Anyways,
I will say about Maddie too, there are people who love animals, and then there are people who love animals. Mm-hmm. And her love of animals, it runs so deep.
Yeah.
To put this in perspective for people, she snatches what Tia's best clean and jerk is.
Right. And then Jacoby Ferguson showed up. That's his name, right? He showed up as like a surprise and clean and jerk 232 or 236, which was crazy. It was like 520 pounds.
232 is 5'11".
Okay, then it was 236 because it was like 20 or
520.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 236.
Colby, thank you.
He's a big old boy.
Yeah. He's a one. He's not a heavy, super heavy. He's a 110. I didn't know that. He cuts down. He walks around at like 118, 120, but he's a 110.
Yeah, but in the Olympics, isn't it 108 plus?
I think they changed it. I think it's 110. Whatever the new. I think the new went to 110 this year, or for whatever for the next cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But either he's not.
By the way, I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, the constant change of the yeah, it's terrible.
They do that so like world records can be broken, and
well, they started it because of doping and drug use, and they felt like if they changed it, people would stop using drugs. So they just got rid of a huge weight class like the 94s when Ilya and all of them did it. And then obviously that didn't like weights, like your weight class has anything to do with how many drugs you take. But I think it's dumb.
But then they do it every 4 years. Like I understand the original point of it, but it's like I don't understand the constant changing of it.
So anyways, I agree. It's silly. All right. Back to CrossFit. That was fun. That was awesome. Congrats to Maddie.
Did you go to the event?
Yeah, I got to watch Olivia. I watched Olivia lift. It was cool. I couldn't stay. It was a long session, but I wanted to see some of the All-Stars lift. And so I showed up and the girls were snatching. So I got to watch Olivia absolutely murder 150 plus, 250 plus pounds.
Crazy. By the way, everybody's popping in and saying they came straight from Clydesdale. I see Jamie. Hello.
I asked her to be on my grid league team and she said no. Or she didn't respond.
Jamie.
No, not Jamie. Not Jamie. Olivia.
Oh, Olivia. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, well.
Jamie would have at least responded to me. But.
That's true.
Oh man. Okay, do we want to start with TFX recap? Where do we want to start?
Sure.
As far as CrossFit stuff.
I mean, TFX is
let's get that out of the way.
Okay,
all right, John, the floor is yours.
Well, you were going. I thought you were going to start us off with something.
That's fine. I'll be happy to. I was just going to recap the experience as a whole, but to be honest, I certainly wanted to get your take. I know that it was Saturday night before I saw you the very first time. Mm-hmm. I didn't see Leslie at all until Sunday afternoon from afar.
So to caveat this, I feel like the weather put a huge damper on the whole competition.
Totally.
Not the competition's fault, but like
no, and they considering it.
We left as soon as we could every time.
Yeah.
We got there 30 minutes before and then left as soon as we were done. It was 20 degrees on Saturday, which is the big
that's not fun.
It's like three workouts that day. And
yeah, it's not fun.
First day was not terrible. It was like 40 degrees on the first day. But then Saturday was like truly horrific. And then Sunday you were just kind of ready to go.
Numb at that point.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as Saturday, but you were I mean, Claire can probably find a positive spin on it, but I was just ready to go. And the competition was well ran, like no complaints about any of the events or anything. Like it was just so cold. So it kind of like Claire, I think other years like we're hanging around for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was, you're exactly right. It was a very different experience. I saw one of the, of course people were saying all sorts of things about the weather, rightfully so. I saw Bill Leahy's post, he shared one of the pictures someone took of him and he said he was touching his hands and he was trying to figure out if my fingers had frostbite right in this moment. And it was when he was in between the floors, that waterfall workout where you go from one floor, 4-minute transition onto the other floor.
Yeah, the ropes, people couldn't feel their hands on the ropes. I heard that was a big deal.
Yep.
That's scary as shit.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That doesn't sound fun.
That definitely was a common narrative. And so, but all I could think is you might be out here for all of 1 hour. I'm out here for 13 straight.
Claire was really sad. Claire was really upset that someone complained that they were out there for an hour.
Yeah, I feel for you. Honestly, you know who I feel the most for is the security guys. Because they just have to stand in that one spot the whole time. and I hopefully they have like shifts on and shifts off, but they're not walking, they're not talking,
No,
they're
they're
just
there
standing.
all day.
And I'm like, y'all did not get paid as much as you should get paid because this is so bad.
Yeah. Thankfully, I will say a lot of those guys, I definitely like their apparel. They definitely had the right gloves and so on. I'm not saying all necessarily, but the ones that I walked by, definitely, I think so much of it was if you had the right gear, then you were able to tolerate it a lot better, of course. And I layered and did the best that I could, or so I thought. And just Saturday, and then of course, like, yeah, Sunday was amazing. I'm so happy we had Sunday to finish on a high note, not like only high temperatures, because we did have higher temperatures, but just because Saturday I felt like this is like TFX is amazing, and it's such a well-run event, and the team that puts it together, and that like it's just every detail about it it's a wonderful event. And so you can't fix what occurred with the weather at all. It just is what it is. And it was but in that moment, it was like I'm hardly even able to appreciate the experience because all I can think about is how miserable my physical body is. And that was Saturday, but thankfully Sunday, that was not the case. Also, I just have to shout out the DJ outside. Did you ever notice that the vibes on the outdoor stage were crazy?
No.
There's been a lot of chat about his Ovaltine. Do you have one of those electric whisks?
No. So like
they're really cheap.
So like I just have a glass and then I just keep pouring it in there, and I'll pour a glass and then I just leave the spoon in there so I can mix it as I pour more milk in there. And then I just kind of like.
Do we do a new glass every day?
No. Yeah. We don't multiple day glasses, Claire.
I don't know, John.
Down,
I don't know. You're already doing strange things with Ovaltine. So I question all of your choices when it comes to these dietary things. Do you have any idea how many calories a day you consume? Just curious. Because you're just like shaking that in there, you know?
Around 3,000.
Okay, that's not crazy.
Yeah, I don't eat as much as people think.
That reminds me, whenever growing up, my dad used to make these like Dutch oven apple cobblers, and they were insane. But watching him layer on the infinite layers,
just the sugar, just the fact
that the
like,
sugar portion of it. So I remember like one he would just take. Have I told you about this, CJ? Yeah, and of course it was like I would eat just ungodly amounts of it growing up because it was so good.
That shit slaps.
But then observing him putting this thing together, he would just throw whole sticks of butter in it. Yep. And then in addition to that, he would just take the bag of the big bag of sugar, granulated sugar, and just go like this over the top. And
like
that was
fertilizer.
Literally like that's how he portioned it. And it basically was like everything. Like once there's a solid layer and you can't see through it, then you move on to the next ingredient. It was just repeat, and like multiple layers.
Nice.
I just remember being an adult and seeing that and being like, what is happening?
Well, what stage of Claire adulthood did you feel like that? Recent?
Not until I started to pay attention to it was still well over a decade ago, but
okay.
Yeah, not until I started to care about food or recognize a macro existed or anything. So anyway.
I love it. So it was cold. John, how did you?
Yeah, I mean that's it. So yeah, I mean the competition as far as like how it went.
Who won? No, I apologize.
As far as the pros,
Bill Leahy was like very comfortably, always going to win. I think if Ilya Moskalenko ever learns to run, him and Bill would have been tied going into the last event.
I don't think he's very much like you. He's just genetically designed to probably not run exceptionally well.
You say that, but like, I mean, he still did the thing in 13 minutes. Like, yeah, I hear you, but he's
working up against. It's uphill battle for him for sure.
Way faster than I am though. Like I just
who, Ilya?
Yeah,
you were pretty disappointed with your running this weekend.
I thought you were going a different route. You started that with you were pretty terrible. Like I thought that's where you were gonna go, and then you pulled it back. I thought you were just gonna say he was outright bad.
Oh, I don't know. Ilya? I don't know.
No, you. She was like, you were pretty. She said you were pretty disappointed with your running. Is what she said.
Oh.
But that started with. I thought she was going to say you were
disappointed with my time. I was just disappointed in how I felt.
Yep, that is literally why I started the daily mile. Was because I didn't like how I felt when I ran.
like I was good until the obstacles, and then I did the obstacles. Every obstacle I did pretty fast, but then the second I got out of the obstacle was like I had a
brick of Ovaltine.
No, it's just my legs got real heavy and just it's like I was holding my breath on the obstacles, which maybe I wasn't really cognizant of what was happening, but I was just, my pace immediately slowed after the obstacles. And I was just surprised. Cause I kept like an 8-minute pace to the obstacles, which is fine. And then, yeah, I mean, like my time wasn't like that bad. It wasn't out of the realm bad for me. It was just like not a great run for me. Like it was far, but like best case scenario, I'm 30 seconds faster. So like when I say like I wasn't happy with it, the best case scenario, I'm right at 15 minutes. And what I'm saying is Ilya is 13 minutes. Like he's so much better at me in that area. I think it's unfair to compare him to me as an athlete. He's also so much stronger. Like he did 345 cold on the lift.
That's what Tristan just referenced.
He loaded 345 and then just as soon as they said go, did the complex and then sat on his weights and looked at everybody.
Literally. And by the way, the complex was 6 total lifts. So it wasn't just like it wasn't just 2 or 3. It was 3 hang cleans, 2 front squats, and a shoulder to overhead. So 6 lifts, 345, 1 and done.
I wonder if that's like the theme this year. It's like complex franchise. Or
that's been the theme for many years. I feel
I'm not a fan of the of that particular complex. I wasn't a fan of.
For what reason?
I just don't like a whole bunch of hangs. I like bias, completely biased.
Yeah, it's because John has tiny hands.
No, like I'm not good when it's a lot of hangs.
Got it. Okay, so it is
that's
purely personal.
Completely just personal. I just don't like a lot of hang snatches or hang cleans. Like my numbers immediately drop 30 pounds, like immediately. And most people are pretty good. Like from the hang, like I would argue they aren't going down. So. And then I made a stupid decision on the lift, which I shouldn't have, but it's
What'd you do? I wasn't out there. Like I said, I didn't even, for those listening, I didn't even see John until Saturday night and then went off the floor right before his heat. So I saw his final. That was it. So
yeah,
how did that go?
So the game plan was to do 275, 295, and then go off after and just see what we have left. We had a ton of time. And me and Matt hit 295 very easy. One of my teammates is Matt Rattay. He's a very good Olympic lifter. Mighty Mouse, if people are familiar with the 2016 regionals, 2017 regionals. And then he did 315. It was about all he had, but he did 315. And then I put 320 on just to try to beat him. And I powered the first clean, and then the second clean like pushed me to a squat and just buried me. I kind of like throated myself a little bit when I did it, so it was just like and then kind of like mashed potatoes stood it up, and was already seeing stars after the second clean. So I was like, I just put it down. I was like, I'm done. We don't need to do more weight, so like it's fine. But the jump, I usually do not do that, but it was just to try to beat him. And if I was by myself, I think I would have been much smarter. But yeah, so that was not great. Usually I can offset whatever I do in the run by lifting great, and I didn't, but it's the cost of like going for things and you just, you don't hit it every time. And then the rest of the workouts, I feel like for the most part, we executed to the best of our abilities. We had one miscommunication and one, but and Claire came and said hi like right after that. So it was like there's a double header, CJ. So like it's you do a workout, you rest 4 minutes, and then you do the next workout. And that 4-minute rest period is when Claire came up to say hi and say like I haven't seen you all weekend and try to have a full
Sorry.
What
conversation.
was that ringtone?
Oh, it's not a ringtone.
Oh, were you pulling up?
It was an ad. Yeah, I was trying to pull up a timestamp. Anyway, go ahead.
Got it.
she goes and tries to have a full-blown conversation with me, and I'm like, okay, Claire, well, we're gonna get over here now.
Good job, Claire. Way to read the room.
No, but I hadn't seen her, so wouldn't have talked if she didn't come up. So I'm glad she did. But
yeah, and I don't know how much of a full conversation I was trying to have, as much as I was like, "Hey, great to see you. I'm leaving the floor, so bye."
yeah. No, it was like that.
But you're right. I did ask how it was going because I hadn't seen you at all. But
my mom competed for the first time. That was cool.
Yeah, she did.
The goal was to not get last, and she wasn't even close to last, so that's good.
Awesome.
And then my girls did good. So like I don't have any complaints. I think the competition as well ran. The volunteers are all great. It was just so cold. Yeah. That's it.
One of the judges sent me photos of me on the floor on Saturday, on the outdoor floor. And he told me Sunday morning, he said, I have some photos of you, and you look like one of those dogs in a dog shelter campaign.
Is that a compliment?
No, it's just an accurate depiction of what I looked like.
I think that's better than commenting like that your shorts are too short or something or whatever.
Oh, totally. No, and he didn't offend me in any way. No, this was, yes, that definitely.
Wow, Claire, you look different with clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, those don't do that. If anybody's listening, don't do that. But no, the dog thing was just simply saying, hey, you looked miserable. And I was like, well, you're right. Yeah. But anyway, yet again, it was still, all in all, it was great. So let's see here. As far as who won, just so you know, Caitlin Sanders did kind of the same handedly thing with the women. And then the men's podium, it was Bill Leahy. And then Trayvon Benton actually got second in front of Ilya. Mm-hmm. And on the final, like the last lunge or two, and it was just a minor injury, but Trayvon like pulled something. And anyway, so it was like such a bummer.
Ripped his groin in half.
Okay, well, you said it. So I think it was minor, though. I think he's okay.
Yeah, like a sports hernia.
Yeah, like he pulled it the way I tore my pec. Like it's not like it'll be all right.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
It was really close to not being all right.
Yeah,
but it'll be all right.
Yeah, it was just the last like two steps, and he finishes it out and comes across, and then like you're like, uh-oh, that he is not happy.
How is yours, by the way?
Anyway, do what?
It's good. I did some really light incline bench press today, no pain, and actually did some Band-Aid pull-ups.
So yours is kind of like mine too.
Yeah, it's coming back. The divots or the hole is pretty large. It's a big one,
but functional.
Yeah, but it's good though. I think I said this. Like aesthetically, it like the whole pec shifted down. Like so, like I got like I always had some like asymmetry. Now we're looking pretty symmetrical. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
There we go. I'm not upset about it. It's good. We're cruising.
Dang.
Someone said earlier in here and that Hepner is back. Is that actually happening, or is it just like a joke?
He put a thing out with him versus Panchik, and then
I saw that. He was like, that was like old person watching reruns,
but then he said like, "Let's ride again" or something.
All right.
That. And that's where people are getting it, but it wasn't. I don't know if it was like definitive. Hey, we're gonna go against each other, but maybe it was. I'm not sure, but if they make it a thing, I think that'll be really cool. If Hepner does Masters and Panchik does Masters, and they go head to head, I would watch it.
Oh, for sure, it'll be great.
It'll be awesome.
Agreed. All right. What you got? So, what's next, Chief?
I'll just quickly say this and then we can move on to another thing because we actually have like kind of a lot of different things to touch on. But the affiliate gathering took place Friday night at TFX, and the turnout for it was really, really good. What?
Oh, speaking of that, congrats to Chase. Chase got second.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun to watch him continue to surprise himself all weekend. Like the whole weekend, he's like, this isn't going to last, whatever.
What's Chase good at? I assume like.
He's very aerobic.
Yep.
And his
even with his size, yeah. But he was a swimmer, right?
Yeah. But like just Fakowski light.
Got it. I remember the first time I realized Chase was fit was when he did a 2K like on their YouTube channel, and I was like, oh shit, that was a sub 40 2K or 640, and I was like, that was fast. I was like, that's a no fucking joke 2K.
Yeah. No. Chase he's extremely good engine.
Yeah.
And then he can do the stuff, a good engine with doing the stuff. I wonder if he'll get like the bug to compete again in the Masters category. Because he got sixth in a deadlift workout, and I'm like, they're not as strong as they are back in the open, like in the open division, right? Because it was the best deadlift workout he had ever done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was happy for him, and he's so sappy when he competes or just when he does anything. So like he just wears his full heart on the sleeve, and it's a joy to watch him.
I agree. Yeah, that was definitely how I felt about it, and. So at the affiliate gathering, it was run by he and John Fall. And I will say I was not in there. I was only in there for the back portion of it. It went on for, I think in total, maybe 3 hours, certainly at least 2. But of course, I was on the floor until the event ended and then went in. So I was able to get in there just before they brought Dawn up to talk. And so Dawn spoke for a little bit. And so anyway, I think that we're going to touch on a couple of the things here because Dave mentioned them in his weekend review in regards to the level 4 and so on. But basically takeaways are the messaging that he was giving was just, expressing gratitude for everyone showing up because it definitely was apparently a larger attendance this year than prior from the affiliates. And just noting that they're going to be focused on different media things in different quarters, like the focuses of media will shift throughout different quarters of the year, and that they have some sort of plan there. Mentioned a focus on education being a big thing in reference to level 4, which he said he thought would be out soon. And then of course we heard in weekend review exactly when that's coming out. And indeed that is soon. And so it wasn't anything revolutionary at all, but but it was interesting because so he went up and did they did not do Q&A. Like I heard that they did Q&A in California and that got crazy. I think Sousa touched on that in one of his shows. Yeah, but there was no Q&A for him here. He just kind of
lives for that stuff.
I bet it sounds like it was interesting, like really interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone at this point, everyone's only going to ask the questions that aren't, there's this like big facades, not right. We're like, it's like there's a black hole, right?
There's a curtain over.
Right. Yeah. It's just like split in half. It's like, here's what we want to talk about, what we say. And it kind of seems like the same thing. It's like, and then here's everything everyone wants to know. Right. And it just seems like a lot of people, you can't talk about a lot of it. And I feel like some you can, it just won't sound very good coming out of their mouth because there's probably not a lot of good ways to spin whatever the answer might be, of like where the money is or like what the buyer situation, you know what I mean? Like what the buyer situation looks like. And so, it's probably a good thing that there wasn't a Q&A.
No, I agree. I mean, that's was how I felt.
Yeah, honestly, I think their answer would be, we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know, or we can't say.
Right.
Or like, we think we know, but but we can't say anything concrete. I don't think it would be anything different than what we already
correct.
What it's been for literally a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I didn't expect anything revolutionary to come from it, but appreciated that they hosted and I think Push Press sponsored it, but so they wound up having a dinner for all of them. And it was just a time for affiliate owners to connect. I certainly talked with one that we wound up taking our level 2 at the gym that Chase owned in 2022 together. She came up and she referenced that. And then she just kind of told me her journey as like buying an affiliate, owning it, and their membership growth and their involvement with Best Hour and just things. So it was probably a really cool way. And that was only in the brief time that I was actually in the room. And so them just getting to connect with one another was probably really valuable. That's my assumption. But he also referenced something about like one of the things that they definitely invest in is the legal team that protects the brand, that pursues all these different facilities that use the brand's name without paying for it. And so that was something he touched on that we don't talk a lot about. And of course, that's yet again, there's nothing concrete there as far as like, what does that look like? But that's something that they're focused on is what he referenced. So anyway, he did his spiel and then Chase came back on briefly before kind of letting everybody go do their thing. And it was just cool because when Chase got back on the microphone, like the energy from Chase was like, yeah, I'll follow that dude. You know what I mean? Like he was definitely, he expressed gratitude to them for showing out like they did and then encouraged them to urge one another to just basically be the megaphone for the message and let HQ do its job. So that's me paraphrasing what I was understanding from him. But it was just cool because as soon as he started talking, like you just kind of your ears perked up because of the energy behind what was being said. And there was a clear shift there. So that was cool.
Good.
So anyway, yeah, there's really
Momentum.
nothing concrete, but a thing that occurred that was cool. And I'm really grateful that they put that together and made that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. What do we want to do next?
I don't know. You tell me.
You got a hand.
David review. We can review.
Yeah. Sounds great.
So I almost renamed the title of the show. I wanted to just rename it like who would have won, like who wins in a fight, Jason or James?
Oh, because of that.
So Dave mentioned the level 4 coming out Thursday, which I'm super excited about. I will start probably right away. I mean, I'll just see if I'm even eligible. I don't know if I'm eligible to sit for my level 4 or not, but we'll see. I'm excited for them and to do that. And then I listened to it. It didn't, there wasn't a ton in there, but he mentioned that Jason smoked James in the back with their leather belt that Dave gifted them, and that James sort of came at Jason. So I proposed the question, who would win in a fight, Jason or James?
John? You submitted that? Oh, no. Okay. I thought you said you submitted it.
No, I definitely did. I did submit it. We'll see if he says anything later. I asked the question. We'll see if Dave answers it next week. But
are you asking John to answer it?
I'm asking John right now.
I think it's tougher than it might appear at first if you like really, really think about it. I mean, I would say Jason. But I also think Jason's never been in a real fight in his life. So but I would still say Jason.
Yeah.
I think James is like he's wiry.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any kind of sense.
Right. That's how I see it.
James would almost be like Captain America. Like he would just keep on going. But I don't see, unless he knew jujitsu, I don't see how James takes out Jason.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
I just don't. I
feel like
and I mean, Jason's stronger.
He's not longer.
No, he's not longer. But
look at Dave's thinking so hard about this question. Look,
stop.
He's like, who's gonna win?
I would put it like this. I
don't know.
If James has any experience in any combat at all, I would take James. If they both have no experience, I would take Jason.
James has wrestling experience,
and that doesn't count.
Okay.
And he crushed it. He got something like 430.
Striking.
They almost got in a fight well, not they all, but James
This
Spray,
is so great.
Jason Hopper hit him with.
I assume this is like, didn't James like teabag Jason at the games or like?
Not was it at the games? I thought it was at like Rogue.
I thought it was at like a WFE. Either way, it happened somewhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't at the
with
games.
A belt. I made them belts, and we're getting ready to pose for a picture. And Jason reached around and hit James on the back with the belt. And it's a leather belt. And that hurt. And you heard it like snap off his back. And James got really upset and came around and was like, dude, what the fuck? And was coming at him. And I thought everyone was joking. But then I looked at James' face and he was dead serious. And so I just held him back a little. And we kind of organized back for the photo. And James was still really upset. And then Jason basically owned it and said, apologized. And at that point, James accepted the apology and we moved on.
Anyways, I just thought.
Okay. I a little bit more nuance to the answer. Okay. If
he's walking it back.
No. If it's a scenario like that where Jason's trying to joke around and James is not trying to joke around, I do think he could get into a position where he could just win. You know what I mean? Like if he gets on top of Jason, then he's got just in a terrible, terrible position. But if they're both pissed off at each other, because Jason just likes to play games all the time, and you never know, and he's never serious. If Jason was serious, I just think it'd be hard. But
I don't think Jason has a fighting bone in his body. I also think all of them, for sure, have glass jaws, and so whoever got hit first would be toast.
I don't
Like
think
on-
they would connect though. I think it's going to be more of like you're on the
haymaker
ground.
throws and then
No, I think they'll get on the
wrestling.
ground. I think they'll get on the ground, and then size comes into play. I know they're not that
CJ's
much
back.
different in size. By the way, wrestling is completely a combat sport. I'm not saying that, but like you're not going to, unless you know holds and arm bars and leg locks and that stuff, which is not wrestling. It's jujitsu. Like, right. It's different. Like, what are you gonna do with wrestling? You're gonna get them on the ground. Then what are you gonna do? Right. So
Right,
like,
it's a component.
Oh, the
but
chat's
you need
frozen
other
again.
things.
I was wondering what was happening. The chat was
Oh, did
frozen
the chat
again.
freeze?
Yeah.
What?
it's been
This
frozen
has
for a
got to
while.
get fixed.
Yeah, that stinks.
Who
wins in a fight between John and CJ? All right, Claire, your turn.
Oh, between the two of you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, CJ.
Oh, all right. That's fair.
John's just big and strong, and I just see that being a problem. But I mean, yet again, this is where I'm just kind of like randomly throwing something at the wall. Like if either one of you have any training in any sort of actual combat, then that changes things. And I don't know. I mean, size is not always like all that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
And we'll never know.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have a glass jaw, CJ?
I know I don't have a glass jaw.
Oh, well, I mean, yours has been broken before.
It
Well, because that's what I'm like. If you could,
It has been broken.
yeah.
Not anymore. But it's been punched. It's been punched plenty of times without broken.
Like,
It's been punched plenty of times without breaking, but it was once that it did break.
So then, actually, maybe I could take that back because you actually like yet again. You
I would
don't.
not
combat
try to,
experience.
I would not try to knock people out if I was fighting them.
What would you do?
That would not.
John would go to the
I would
ground
want to go
for
to the
sure.
ground. I would want to go to the
100%.
ground.
John would go to the ground and rear naked choke somebody and de-escalate 100%.
Do you have jiu-jitsu
Every time.
training?
Like
He's strong enough that it doesn't matter.
Well, okay.
Unless
I mean, it's helpful.
What do you consider jujitsu training? Because I didn't go to a gym and somebody taught me how to do it. My dad taught me how to do everything, and I wrestled around with him all the freaking time.
Yeah, but he was combat trained, right?
Is enormous. So, like, if do you understand what I'm saying? So, like I know
I rolled around with a big dude, and I got better.
Well, like I know how to do all the holds. I know how to do all that stuff. If we're in a weird position, I know where we're at. I can think while we're doing it. I'm not my go-to, and not just to be like, hey, let's just knock each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, I just think that's what I would do. Like if I was fighting somebody, that would be my initial thing. But I wouldn't consider myself trained. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
100%.
Okay, wait. So then I'm thinking now I want to throw one back out there. I know someone in the chat, but I want to throw one of me. So let's go with this will be friendly fire because I love her. So me and Dents.
It depends how long it goes.
I don't know. I think
if you ran around her, you would win.
Yeah.
I think if you guys just went.
Are you
I
like
Jenny wins?
So here's the question. Have you been in a fight? Like a fist fight, Claire?
A teenage version of me was a little bit silly sometimes. And by that I mean
Okay.
substance fueled.
No, if you get a Apollo Creed with it, then I think you win.
I think if you got mad enough, I'd take you.
I will say I did a lot of fighting with my sibling growing up, and I was not kind.
Yeah.
I've given many apologies for that.
I think if you can just stay out of the reach, I think Jenny is inherently.
I think if you go to the ground immediately, though, I think Jenny wins. But I think you.
Yeah, and I do have some jujitsu training, but it's not substantial enough to be meaningful. I mean, I've
This is
I shouldn't say that. It's not. That's not true.
But hey, should we do a Royal Rumble of? Should we do Royal Rumble of podcast personalities?
Yeah.
YouTube space. I do. Yeah. So okay, and like here's one thing that I think is very hard to quantify.
Also, we're frozen again, and I'm so annoyed.
You don't know this about people till they're in this position.
Oh, yeah, I need to.
Is just heart. Right, like you've just gotten knocked.
Well, and that's why when
you've gotten rocked. Do you go in or do you go out, or like how much of a barbaric attitude can you sustain, or comes out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that I have that. But obviously if somebody's very well trained, like there's only so much you can do. You know, if somebody has if somebody's really, really good at jujitsu, I don't think that I'm going to beat this person no matter how big they are.
Sure.
If it's a boxer, I think we go to the ground. I think I can win. If
I just want
to go ahead.
I'm looking at the chat and they are.
I was just going to say the
I'm
chat.
so
I
annoyed.
appreciate all of you, but we can't see it on here, so I pulled up my phone.
Yep.
The chat is
going on.
fired up about our fight talk.
Are they?
Yes, extremely, and I
So
love
we'd
all
be
of you
pulling
for
up your
that.
comments, but we literally
Yeah.
can't, and I'm sorry.
I would put this out there. There's
Here
not
it comes.
a personality out there that I would be afraid to fight
That's good.
if it came down to it. Like if I got money for fighting them.
The media rumble.
Yeah, exactly.
This is funny, especially because actually, you know, like we know that little Miss Kindness over here. Like I'd rather just if there's an altercation, I'd rather not be anywhere near it, you know. But it's a funny scenario to play out.
I went through when I got like that post when I got my jaw broken. Like the next 6 months, I got in like 12 fights. Like over, and every time we would go out, like I was just like, we're just not going to go out anymore. Like it didn't matter what happened. And
wait, you were getting in fights every time you went out?
yeah, like every time. It was the craziest
What were
thing.
you doing?
Going out.
It was just it was like a different life. And
Yeah,
a lot of them,
version of you.
it was a different version of me. And it just was like, I was like, yeah, I think this is it. And then from that, like, I don't know, this like 6 month period. And then I just never got in a fight again. And so that was like, I don't know, however many years ago now. And we did some like fraternity boxing, like really aggressive for like the back half of college. Like we had a really big house, and so we put on like 16-ounce gloves and box.
We had that in college too. Yeah.
It was fun. Because you get really mad, like you'd be pissed off at fraternity brother, and like, all right, it's time. Let's have a couple beers and let's just.
And then
like,
you're
have
great.
it out. And then we're great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My initial statement about thinking that JY would take you, CJ, I'm just questioning it. And that's not to say this just seems like this would actually be really interesting.
I think most of the time people always just think the bigger person's going to win.
Sure, at a glance.
I would say that's the case maybe half of the time.
Right.
Like it's you can't just go off of size on
Sure.
I would say the two people that I would not want to fight, Chandler, like I think would be
Chandler Smith.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's a very good wrestler, and I don't think I have.
Didn't he win? Didn't he win our thing?
I either him or Yella Hosta.
Well, Yella's like a world champion kickboxer, right?
That's what I'm saying.
What thing
he was my other guy that I wouldn't want to
like
fight.
our second episode ever. We did a Royal Rumble.
It wasn't Chandler. It wasn't Chandler. It was somebody. It was Jack Rosema.
Jack, that's right.
But Chandler, if we went to the ground, I don't think I have the advantage.
Yeah. Wait, so who else? You said, and then you said the other one already.
And then Yella Hosta. Just
that's someone you wouldn't want to face?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else I wouldn't be afraid of. Like Jack would probably take me to school, but I also think he'd be nice enough to know that when he's taking me to school. you know what I mean? He'd be like, all right, Jack, you got me. I'm up. I can't move, Jack. You got me. Like, you know what I mean? It would be like that.
This is a great conversation deviation, by the way. I'm very happy that
I know. And now my brain is going towards like, I'm no longer going to pit them against myself. I'm opting out of this. But just thinking about like even the female side of the athletes, since you're mentioning male athletes, I'm like, oh man.
Who won?
Because they really like a lot. Like they got that dog in them. Do what?
Who won? Did we say Tia won?
Oh, on your
Danielle
Rumble?
Brandon? Yeah. John, do you remember?
Tia versus Danielle Brandon. It's hard to just pick against Tia.
Right. Yeah. Like early on, I would have said someone else, but like the past, I don't know, 2 years, I think Tia is kind of mean. Like, I think she's really mean.
Well, I just think Tia is a little bit like a pit bull. Like somebody could probably
she's
dwarf her in like the first minute. Like just like on size, you know what I mean?
But she's gonna
just like a Hannah Black, just you know what I mean, Hulk out on her, right? But I just think Tia would just not stop getting up.
Yeah.
And then just until Hannah's tired and then she chokes her out. Like I just think something like that would happen.
Yeah. That does remind me the weekend before, not TFX weekend, but the weekend prior, there were some UFC fights. And one of the guys, Jimmy, we watched him because Jimmy had grappled with him a few years ago. And he referenced, he was like, that guy is one of the, he was just saying that rolling with that guy was no joke.
Yeah.
And that he was scary.
That's cool.
And that's something like you don't know until you're there.
Yeah. And I think it was like, if I remember correctly, it was like, even when he'd get put in a position, like he just wouldn't tap, like he just didn't, he was not going to give up in moments that no one else would do that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Nice little tangent.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. So then if we go back to the beginning of do you want to pull the video back up and go to the very beginning of it? Like literally.
Like for the L4, the relaunch?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if we necessarily need to play it, but
no, I don't think it really says anything. It just talks about how it's like going to take a couple months to run through. He doesn't really go into detail on what it looks like. Are you frozen?
Me?
I just saw that one. That's a good one.
Oh no, is that a joke about your strokes?
Yeah, for sure.
It was pretty good though. I'm trying to go back up to read the stuff that we missed.
Yeah, they're good.
This is funny. Well, and we are frozen. And so some of the comments, one, we have Trish actually paid. When that updates, Trish will grab that. But somebody says, I think Claire could take Ben. Is that referencing our Ben? What
yeah,
Ben?
for sure. Our Ben.
That's funny. And then someone else, Kenneth says, for sure Claire could take Ben. CJ could take Ben. Man, poor Ben taking strays.
So
yeah.
His podcast, it's fine.
Yeah, right. But his channel. Okay, so they did reference the level 4 going live on Thursday, so we'll stay tuned for details on that. But they also referenced the seminar staff positions opening up on Wednesday. So it sounds like they're going to start to look for more seminar staff members. So that's also pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. It's like, not that it'll happen. I know it won't. I know that list is deep as far as who's in line to get level 4. But if I get my level 4, it's always been a dream, like since forever, to be a red shirt. I mean, since the day I walked into a CrossFit gym and took my L1. So that would be sick. But so I asked you the question.
Why are you sabotaging that? I don't understand why you think
I'm not. I mean, I definitely will like do those steps. I just remember back in like 13, 14, 15, 16 that you had to commit to hours and hours. I felt like John was frozen. That it was almost impossible. And that waiting list, or that like the list of who's up next was triple digit deep as far as like who would be ahead of you. And so I don't know, maybe not. I'll go through the process, and if I can get my level 4, I will. And if I can sign up to do all the things, I'll definitely do it. Oh, yeah. There it is.
Yeah, snag that.
Trish said, JY rewrite the L1 manual and beat Chandler at the same time.
Well, I already said that I wouldn't want to fight Chandler. So these comments are so like, I feel like I've said things that I can't do, and they're just.
Yeah, well, that's just not how. That's not how they perceive it. They perceive everything that you say as you boasting about yourself.
Got it.
Even if you're like, I'm trash, they'll be like, he thinks he's awesome. Just the exact opposite.
Sorry. Okay. Well, okay.
You said that you were disappointed with your running.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't get some of these, but.
it's like
it's
the way you say it. I want you to want to do the dishes. So you know what.
100%. That's exactly what this is. I'm sorry. I can't beat anybody, guys. I am a weak, pugilant little thing. I'm cowardice and scared of everybody. I'm basically an ant, but like not the one in ants that like gets stuff done. I'm the ant that gets crushed by Hopper and A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life. Yeah. We watch A Bug's Life.
That's
Such
what
a good movie.
that's what I am, and that's what I'll always be. I don't want you guys to think I'm anything else.
Oh my gosh.
That's so great. All right.
Yeah. And again, this is the third show in a row where that's happened. So I feel like we actually need to do something about that. But the 18-minute mark on that show, I'll pull that up.
On this one, 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Division. Oh yeah. That's right. I was making food. I was really surprised he said this. I'm glad you wanted to pull this up, but I was actually really surprised that this came out of his mouth.
Oh, I want to talk about this.
I don't know if it'll happen. Owned CrossFit 100%, and that was his prerogative. That's his choice. But I think then, and I even think now, there's this split of the games that can exist that enables the games to kind of reach its full potential. Let's just say that someone should entertain. It could have happened under Greg. It can happen now. I don't know if it'll happen, but I think the games being independent of CrossFit, but yet still closely aligned with CrossFit could be a good thing for all. And it doesn't, and I don't even mean that in terms of, I mean that in terms more of functionality from a practical sense for the execution of it and the running of it. It doesn't have to be so, that doesn't have to be so clear forward facing, or it's not a huge like break off of CrossFit. It's still with CrossFit and aligned with CrossFit.
Wow. Well, he didn't say anything. He tried to say a lot at the end, and then he really just sort of walked it in circles. He's saying that someone else should run it. It should be its own self-standing thing, but it should still be generally associated with it, called CrossFit, called the CrossFit Games, blah, 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 help support and cross-pollinate each thing, which is what it does. There needs to be its own money sourcing and a whole other ownership portion of it. Sort of like how Legends does Masters Games. I think that's the envisionment. Is that what you guys got?
I just think it is interesting because say that were to occur, then, he's deeply involved in the education side of things as well as the games. And so then if they were to be truly separate, then what are the odds of being able to be so involved on both sides,
Dang, I went a completely different.
Okay, go ahead.
Vibe. I thought this meant he's just like it's riding on the door of things are about to change a lot.
Okay. Oh, you think this was like foreshadowing of like how he
maybe sees it. Correct, but like he doesn't know either. But like things are about to change, and I want to have an open mind of what that looks like. And this is like the breadcrumb to this could be a possibility. Might not happen, but might not happen.
So right? You think he's trying to talk himself into it being a good thing?
Just being open to it, not being shut off. Right. Mm-hmm. So like, people are aversive to change, if they come out and do that, like if say CrossFit finally does sell and the owner, it's like, hey, we're going to split them up. This CrossFit Games, this CrossFit, blah, blah, blah. He's just throwing the chip out there. So it's not such a shock to the system. If that happens, I'm not saying that he thinks that'll happen or he knows that'll happen, but that was my first thought. Where like, and maybe nothing changes, but I thought it was foreshadowing to some stuff's about to change.
Got it.
I don't know what stuff's going to change,
maybe,
but some stuff's about to change. Because he just harped on this is how Greg did it. Now it could be that way, but it's okay that this was how it was before. Now it could be something different if you wanted it to be something different. Who's to say, right? Like it was very like whoever runs it, this is how they're gonna run it. I didn't even think like how y'all are trying to take it for what it is. I was taking it as like he's just trying to make it not a shock if something does change that's drastic.
I mean, the idea has been floating around for quite some time.
Right.
So him addressing it is something we haven't like the way that he went about that was definitely, it comes like, oh, interesting. Okay. That was a clear stance on that of, hey, this could happen.
That's funny.
I doubt
Vicky mentioned that Clydesdale raised an interesting point on that. What happens to the Open if that were to happen? So if we think about all the funds that come from the Open and what happens with those funds.
I think you still have the Open. Like just
Sure.
because he says that does not mean there is no Open. Like it would be the CrossFit Games would be the season, and it would just be a whole company by itself. But the Open is still a part of that. Like if Mayhem said, "Hey, we're going to do the Mayhem Open. It's $20 to sign up." It's their version of the Open. You could still do the Open. It's going to be called the CrossFit Games, right? Like that changes nothing.
Right. But Vicky's pointing out and how it relates to the affiliate. So it's, like, yes, could you still do the Open? But those Open registrations the funds from those portions of those funds go towards the prizes for the winnings for the athletes at the top. But they also go towards other things that if it were separated, they wouldn't go towards anymore.
Yeah, well, maybe, if there's a million, we don't know the business and the numbers.
Right, I was going to say, I guess we don't really know where all of it goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million things that it could be done if there's some sort of interrelationship still. Like this is CrossFit's support to make the games happen, right? You know what I mean? Like they
and
still
like the
spend
games
50%.
pays for licensing to call itself the CrossFit Games to CrossFit methodology.
And then there's this whole. Yeah, it's like still under the umbrella, but I think it just, there's a million ways to skin that cat. I do think that of all of it, I think the Open is the most important thing that I think needs to stick around no matter what happens, even over like the current game season structure.
Because he still said it's still very close to CrossFit. It's not its own thing. It's still called the CrossFit Games.
Right.
It's just LLC'd as its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Two different people run it.
Yeah, and I guess we don't even really know what that looks like internally now, so we have no idea what that would look like internally if it were to change in that way.
If I were to guess, I would be willing to bet that the majority of people would have no idea anything even changed.
Mm.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, I mean,
you would probably have two separate.
People who follow the sport closely could see the change.
You would probably have two separate media teams. And the focus from HQ would, of course, be heavily on education.
Yeah. Well, I think, and the YouTube channels would be appropriately designated for their content instead of the intermingling that happens now. I think there's like sometimes stuff ends up on one channel that could arguably have been better on the other channel. And so I think it would be very definitive of like a split. Yeah, and then I mean, I can see a lot of it as this right here, right? It allows the pillars of CrossFit, right? The methodology, the education, the affiliate, right? And in really focusing on that and supporting that there and spreading the gospel, of CrossFit there, and then using the games as what Sevon has always called it, which is like the biggest marketing tool that we've ever had, right? Mm-hmm. So anywho,
spreading the gospel. John, did you see the video of Jelly Roll getting his Grammy?
I did.
It was on right when we got on and I stopped it. What did he finish with? I heard like his first 10
Jesus
seconds.
is for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I mean, it was like a full 90 seconds
gospel
of Jesus.
I just want to see what the rest of the room looks like in that moment.
Silent. And then they'll have their fake claps. The Grammys were so. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I just heard about it, and it's just
heard.
It's just it's rough.
I have no idea. I just saw that clip and was like, "He's the man."
News is terrible.
No. So he's doing that in spite of everybody else who is.
Moving on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just not going to talk about what everyone else is doing.
Okay.
Yeah, not on the show. Nope, we're just gonna move on.
Sorry, that's
you're cool.
I walked us over there, and I didn't mean to, and then I just got excited.
I support it in general. I think what
Yep.
Jelly Roll did was great, and we're
You're
moving
good.
forward.
We're moving on.
Move on. Dang,
Okay,
I got
so-
hard wave. That hadn't happened
did.
in a long time.
And
Go ahead.
it's not even your fault, technically.
I know. Next, let's go.
Okay. So what was the 80,000 signups?
So Vicky reran the numbers, and she thinks that it's closer to just under 70 currently, and kind of like did the pay, the 50 page and did the multiplier. So I don't know where that, huh?
Did you do all of the masters and all the
Well, it all sits on the same, everyone's on the same page
Okay.
to start before scores go in. Actually 55 plus might be on their own pages because they have a different workout. I don't know. Anyways,
I have we are 40% up from last year.
nice.
At the same point in the same date, we're up 40%.
And it's going to be really cool to see, because I definitely have been having conversations with people who have not signed up, so we've got all of, like, we call ourselves the diehards that all went ahead and signed up. I don't know, JY, did you sign up yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So most that maybe wouldn't have signed up this early before certainly signed up earlier now, based on man, I really took the chat down a rabbit hole. I'm sorry.
I know. Two things. That this was actually a really good question, and Dave talked about this maybe on the weekend review a couple weeks ago. Could the games go more a high rocks route with elites than Gen Pop? No, I don't think that's it. But Dave did say that we missed an opportunity to have some form of like in physical mass participation event, like a gauntlet, right? And so that's like CrossFit sponsored, and the gauntlet specifically is the thing, like what Wadapalooza runs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, and
now go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's a missed opportunity because it hasn't occurred yet. It doesn't mean it couldn't occur.
Yeah, for sure. And so anyways, it was I hope they find something like that. That's like, here's our standardized gauntlet, right? That's like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't, maybe it's like every year it's the same thing, then it leads to a championship. Or something to that effect, right? And then it changes for the year or whatever. And it could be, like a single modality, like a named workout, single modality named workout. I don't know, some open quarterfinal mix sort of field that's all done in an hour or something. And, you have 10 lanes, 4 stations, you can run 40 people every hour.
And it changes every year.
And it changes every year.
Right. That'd be great.
Something like that, right? You could run, like, if you had a 10 rig lane on both sides, that's 20 lanes, 4 people, it's 80 people an hour, right? And you could really pump through some volume there, with 20 lanes theoretical of equipment, right? Which they could make happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could put all that in one truck. One truck could carry 20 lanes. It's on both sides. You do a stand of one rig, they all come to the middle or whatever it is. It would be cool. I think there is a way to do it.
Yeah, I just immediately come back to, where do the funds exist right now to bring this thing to life, right? Like, there are people who are dedicated enough that they would want to be involved, to say the least, but the funds have to exist.
I always wondered if they could do, like, the first event is typically a aerobic event, a cardio event, right? Of the games.
Mm-hmm.
If, aside from a swim, if you could literally line off like where the games people are doing it, but then have like they had the run, right?
Right.
And you could have just a line, or like a little tape line, and then have the community, if you wanted to do the event the same times as the games athlete did the event, but you're just in a completely different line, but you could be right next to them. So you could hold Jeff Adler's pace as long as you want to hold Jeff Adler's pace. Mm-hmm. And then eventually the games people would pull away from people, right? But you might have one like aerobic freak that could beat the games people.
Yep.
And then he'd be like some cross country guy, right? But you could run them at the same exact time, and it'd be a community event at the same time as the games people went.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know the logistics if that would be possible.
Yeah.
or maybe you'd have like the first 50 people that signed up, first 40 people that signed up, and then these are their rowers, these are the games rowers, these are games run field, this is their run field, and you just have to stay in your line. You don't think that would be cool? Like,
oh, it would be so cool.
And
I've
first 50
always
to sign up too. So like obviously a lot of them would get smoked, right?
Yeah, immediately.
But you get to do it next to people would get lapped, right? And then I've
always said the gauntlet is the biggest missed opportunity for the games, even on site. Like in Madison, there was a place to always run the gauntlet.
Yeah.
The entire time, the whole time, there was always tons of room to run that thing where they put the masters that one year in the pig farm, that other building that nothing happens in. You could have done it in, like people want to compete, so give them an opportunity to compete. Do a scaled, do an RX. They go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then on Sunday there's a championship, top 10 athletes, right? And then they just go do that, and you give them, I don't know, $500 or whatever it is, or I don't know, a meet and greet, or whatever it is. You got to give them something to compete for. No one just wants to do like free workouts. You know what I mean? Like no one just wants to do the free workout coached by Rich. I mean, they do, but like that's not gonna get like the oomph, And so there's something there for sure of a traveling competitive CrossFit sponsored thing.
Just has to be funded.
Yeah, it's gotta be
totally
funded.
Yeah. This says the BBC posted a great article about the Gen Z's willingness to spend thousands of dollars per year on High Rocks events. They attributed this idea to that it is approachable to everyone, similar to a 5K, et cetera. So definitely the amount of funds that people dump towards traveling to these events is just, it's crushing it. And it is also cool, speaking of the Phoenix one, the number of CrossFit athletes, even like semifinal level CrossFit athletes that went and performed exceptionally well, that got, spots to go to Worlds and so on. So it's been really cool. Like they're continuing to, a lot of CrossFitters showed up to this one and are performing very well.
Yeah. This is what should have happened. We said this when the Community Cup came out. We were on a call when they announced it, and me, John, and Travis at the time said that this is this should equal the Community Cup. Yeah. RIP, brother. Should have qualified people for like a 5-person levels event at the CrossFit Games. And then more than 27 people would have signed up for it.
Definitely some cool options. So, okay. Up next.
Yeah, let's run it. Cool.
On this one, Sean Woodland's back.
Yep.
How do we feel?
John?
Indifferent.
Yeah.
Good. I think Sean Woodland's a good commentator.
I concur.
Yeah, I for sure. Like, Sean's been on the show twice, and I appreciate it. I'm not a huge fan of everything that he has said on TEF, just to be completely honest. I hope that he changes the tune.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a good chunk of time where I wasn't consuming everything over there. So I don't know what all said, et cetera. Just know that I'm really happy to have him back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
So
I'm fine with Sean. I don't think Sean's a bad guy. I think he does a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
that's how I feel about it.
I think he's pretty exceptional at his job, and like having
I agree.
people in those roles that can really elevate what's occurring is really important. Telling that story and in a way that makes people curious and helps them understand what's happening, because hey, as an MC on the floor, I understand that CrossFitters maybe understand what's going on, but every event is different. It's there isn't some standardized thing. Like once you understand in High Rocks, you understand the High Rocks, the sequence of events. That's never the case with us, and that's wonderful. But having someone there that can, anyway, I think he's a beautiful.
Who is he paired with?
They are doing different. There are 4 people on the broadcast team for the open announcements, and they are different weeks. So I think Chase is the only one that's doing all 3 weeks, and then different people are doing.
It will be fine then. Part of the issue is that I think Tommy's just out of the loop now on who's good and who's not on the athletes and like what they're capable
Has he even
of.
spoken to that in a long time?
No, but I just hear him in WFP and like who he picks to win the event and what he picks like to be the crux of the event. And I just think he, you know, like they boycotted CrossFit for a little bit, however they want to call it. You could say what you want, but that's what they did. And I think he's a little out of the loop, and not a lot out of the loop. I don't want this to come out of slight. I think if you're being any type of honest about yourself, I think he could realize that too. They were saying Austin Hatfield came out of nowhere, and I'm like, you guys just haven't been around. Like it's just, you know, or just preaching Jeff Adler's godness. Like it's when the dude came in 9th and kind of mentally quit in the CrossFit games. I know he's dealing with an injury, but like they just seem a little bit out of the loop. Him and if you're Sean, it's kind of okay. Your job is to call what's happening on the floor. But the color commentary guy, he's the guy who has to know the stuff, like know stuff about people and can tell and can add to the story. And Sean goes off of him, right? So when you're going off of somebody who's just a little bit out of the loop, and Sean's also out of the loop, it's not like he's going to, because he's never been the guy that does all the stats and all that stuff, right?
He tries sometimes and he gets them wrong.
but he's phenomenal, so I don't want to take away from him. But having Chase there will be, I think you'll be totally fine. And then I know that's going to come off dirty towards Tommy, but it is what it is, man. I watch it. You gotta want it.
Yeah, I hear you. Like passion's important, you know, and like whatever, you know, wherever Tommy sits in his, you know, however he views the situation or whatever he's doing, like it's clear when they're talking about the stuff when you just like don't care about it. Like, I didn't really watch it. I didn't care.
You just don't know anymore. And if you don't think that's the case, come on the spin and we'll freaking go off at it. We'll see who knows more, you know, and like, cause it's your job to know the most. And you don't.
That's a solid offer. I mean, making that offer and saying he can come on there and do that. Like,
it's going to be a one-on-one though. And I'm going to embarrass you if you don't come in prepared. Like I'm letting you know right now.
That's honestly a daunting task there. That sounds tough.
You know,
I say that maybe it'd be fun.
At the heyday, like I loved how Tommy would pull out.
Awesome. No, that's why I feel how I do about it, because he was awesome.
So good.
He was great, and he's got a great memory for things. It's something me and Brian used to talk about back when, you know, we were talking. Is friend I'm talking about.
Friend.
Is that Brian knows more stuff, but he doesn't have recall the way I have recall. And the only other person that had recall like that was Tommy. Tommy had very good recall of what happened in the past and could bring it up like that, right? Brian had more knowledge, like just, you know, in his little database that he does all day, 24/7. But he doesn't have recall just off the cuff if we're just talking, right? And Tommy did have that. He does have that. But if you don't care and you don't watch and you protest CrossFit and then act like you're not protesting CrossFit, like you're out of the loop. You're not good at what made you good anymore. Yeah. And for Sean, I think it's important to have that guy. That's all that I'm saying.
Yep.
Agreed.
No, I think those are great call outs. It's also just cool to see and maybe this is just my preference for thinking about these things these days, but like the fact that you need multiple people doing multiple roles, you know, and they're complementary to one another. And that recall really is a very unique trait. CJ, you have really good recall as well.
Not like them, but it's okay. Not like those three, but it's okay.
Significantly better than mine.
I'll stay in my
call the action lane.
It's very niche. My recall of like life, terrible, but stuff like this,
workouts,
or like training, things like that, you know, methodology, like principles, that kind of stuff, solid. But
I have a fun little story about Jeff Burchfield.
Jeff's the best.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He was our judge for the lift event. And then he goes, hey, I'm going to hand you off to somebody because I don't want it to feel like it's a biased thing. And I go, Jeff, it's only clean lifts over here, brother. He goes, I know, but I just want to be honest with it. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
You're so cool, Jeff. Like you're the man.
He is cool. And he takes judging very seriously.
Dude, he's phenomenal. He's great.
Yep. And that's, yet again, we're talking about these events, like that judging team on all those floors, like they are dialed. They do a good job holding people to the standard. And I don't know. As much as I know, we focused so heavily on the cold because it was like all you could think about. They run a phenomenal event. And it was year 18. It's the oldest CrossFit competition besides the games. That's freaking cool.
Isn't the one in Austin a little bit older? That 2-person team one, that Froning, that Mayhem.
BCS?
Yeah, isn't BCS?
I don't think
older?
It's older than TFX.
No, okay.
All right. Because TFX was before Rich, if I recall.
I mean, 18 years. So what's
Yeah.
2000? We're talking 2008.
Like BCS is a Rich thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, if I have my narrative right, I think that's
BCS is a fundraiser. Like I wouldn't really call it like there's not an individual competition to it. Like I wouldn't call it like the oldest I wouldn't put it in like that type of a competition. Does that make sense? Like a rank, if you will.
Yep.
It's more of a community event than a
competition
per se.
Did you want to touch on the Far East Throwdown, CJ?
John, did you see the workouts?
I saw the workouts. Yeah.
It's a competition. Well, so here's my. It's a competition. It's full-fledged online competition. Now, without getting into it, here's my theory on it.
Is Gucci doing this?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's why my theory is the way that it is. I think it's crazy to deter everyone from wanting to do it and mess up their Asia-specific desire that they want there. And they made it so hard and so fucked up that no one wants to do it unless they're there. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm doing it.
You're gonna do a 10K row.
Yeah.
That's a dumb question. You like doing shit like that.
Tell me about this because I haven't looked at it at all, and maybe there will be some people in the comments.
It's probably the hardest online competition that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Okay, it's not even close.
And it's a qualifier, but the workouts are so challenging.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot, and they're all very hard. It's like how we talked about Monster Games. Yeah, a lot of volume. How we talked about Monster Games, of how Hebner has a very unique way of only riding interference, volume, muscular endurance stuff.
Yep.
Dude, I love how Hebner writes workouts.
It's very niche. People, you either like it or you don't.
That's fair. Yeah.
And we're at 120 into the thing, so not a time to start talking about program ideology, but it's very unique. I think it is a little biased. It's a lot biased, and I think he misses some things, but a very fit person is going to win. There is no question about that.
Yeah. Here,
we'll pull him up. Priorities Throwdown.
No, I'm doing it in hopes that nobody else does it, and if by some miracle I can make top 2,000 in quarterfinals, then I'm gonna go there.
Oh, that's not it.
That's crazy. You've really thought that thing through.
Well,
I think that's in my opinion, and not to take anything away from you, I think that's why they did it. I think they wanted to deter a lot of people from wanting to do this. So like from a European or an American coming over and taking a spot away from an Asia athlete.
Oh, wow.
That's why I think it's insane. Because I mean, it is.
It's so much work it takes out of your day that you really have to want to come there to do it.
Yes. Like I think it's going to interfere so much. It's also right in the middle of 2 other qualifiers, and
good on them.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Jamie says she agrees. By the way, I think that they talked about this on their show, and I'm looking forward to going back and seeing what they. Because I know I caught a little bit of them talking about it, and if I recall correctly, Jamie was spirited, which we love it when she is.
I know Roman's gonna do it because I don't feel like he would comment if he wasn't going to do it, and he's done the Far East Throwdown before, and I feel like he thinks this is his easy bid to the games. Is this competition?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is.
I don't blame him.
All right, 10K row.
Okay.
Burpee or box jump overs and bar muscle ups.
That just looks like a fun workout, though.
This is a fun workout. I would absolutely love this.
Oh, there's a max deadlift in it. Never mind. I don't want to do it. I'm not doing a max deadlift.
A 15-minute EMOM, 4 sets. This is like a Macho Man. It's Macho Man, right? Is it like a Macho? It's got to be a Macho Man feel, right?
This is what Macho Man is.
Is it 3, 3, 3?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So 4 sets, 3 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest. So you do 135 this whole for 4 minutes, and then you go up, right?
So you do
okay. 135, 135 AMRAP at 135, and then the whole AMRAP at 185, the whole thing at 225, and the whole thing at 245, right? All 3 minutes.
I
think so. So you do 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135 here, and then your score is however many jerks you get in minute 3 at every weight.
Oh, are you sure? Because I'm reading it
that the weights go up every minute.
No, because it's 4 sets of 3 work, 1 rest.
Yeah. I read.
So you're going to do this whole 3 minutes at 135 and then rest a minute and increase rest with every set. Because when would you increase? Because you wouldn't have time to increase
weight with every set. Yeah. So you do 1 set, the whole entire thing's with 135. You do 1 round of Macho Man in 1 minute, two rounds of Macho Man. On the 3rd round of Macho Man, you do max jerks.
Yeah, and that's your score. You do it at 135, and then you do the whole thing at 185, and then the whole thing at 225, and the whole thing at 245. Yikes.
So with the 135, I mean, you're just going ham.
Yeah, you're trying to stack up as many reps as you can.
I don't like whenever it's who can game it the best, like in this fashion, because the 245 bar becomes irrelevant.
Most likely. Yeah, for sure. Well, it becomes relevant if you can get to the jerks, for everyone that can get to the jerks. And I think some people are going to really struggle to get to the jerks in minute 3 after all that work.
But so then you get 2 reps?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, like, I mean, because you still get reps for every round, right? Like all of these reps count. It's not just the jerks.
Okay.
So like they would add up. Basically, everyone's going to get 9, 18, 24 reps, and then it's going to be an AMRAP. So they're going to get hurt here. This is just one of those workouts where
it's still the lighter barbell is the most important barbell. I just don't like. I don't like if
you can game it and be weaker and not do poorly.
Yeah,
correct.
Like this does not reward you being strong.
Mm-hmm. And we've got wall balls, alternating dumbbell snatch, burpee broad jumps, 1 meter. So not a very far jump, just a grunt workout. This one challenges you to go unbroken. It's like, hey, don't put that ball down.
1 meter, 3.24 feet for everybody.
Thank you, John. 10 wall walks, 100 double unders, 25 overhead squats, 50 chest to bar, 25 overhead squats, 10 double unders, 10 wall walks, 100 double unders.
I like that.
That's it. No, it wasn't as long as I thought. I think I just saw a 10K row and I just immediately got turned off. Maybe clicked through them pretty quick, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
10K row just turns a lot of people away.
Yeah,
what's your goal time on a 10K row?
I hate that strength workout. I hate it with a passion.
Well, they have a deadlift right before it, so
yeah. I mean, no, I get you, but it just
so it's a battery. If there was no strength workout, it becomes battery.
Your battery should be rewarded at 225 and 185, not 135. It makes it an open workout.
Yep.
For a 10K row, 40, sub 40,
2 minute. Ugh. Yeah, 2 minute pace.
Yeah. I think my 5K is 18:26. So, I mean, I think sub 40 would probably be appropriate.
See, Jerry, do you have yours?
Yeah, I think mine's 18:20. I can't remember. I did it for Wadapalooza.
Now that I recall, I think it's 18:16. My fault.
No.
Yeah.
No, what was either? Oh, I've done it 3 times because we've had Fitspin and qualifiers. I used to put a lot of time on machines. And I can't remember if it was 1836 or 1820 or 21. I don't know. Anyways,
We'll give it to you. I can't do that now, right now.
no, I don't have that in me at all.
I think I have 19 all day. Those 30 seconds are
it's
a
everything.
world of pain.
What's the pace on 19? 154. Yeah.
Holding that pace for 40 minutes.
No, it'd be 2 minutes. It'd be 2-minute pace for 40 for a 10K. We're talking about 5K.
Yeah. It's a long time.
It is a long time. Let's see what else. I coached my first High Rocks this weekend. Katie did it, and it was interesting. It was remote, so I got to watch the time sort of pop up. And I will say, as a coach, that data is amazing. Like their rocks results is absolutely phenomenal to be able to like determine training design moving forward. It's nice. I wish CrossFit would have some sort of wild data like that. I know what French Throwdown used is like starting to catch some momentum, and maybe the CrossFit Games will, I don't know, allow people to do that, so you can see like transition time and all of that stuff.
So that you would want them to, like, in any given workout, just time all the different pieces of the workout.
Yeah, so they were at Legends, so there's like a wristwear that has been programmed to basically has like a gyrometer in it. Is that how you say it? Anyways, motion detection in it, and so based on how it taught it, it will determine what movement you're doing and how you transition from movement to movement, how many reps you did, how long the workout was, how long you rested, how many moving seconds you had, how many resting seconds, gyroscope. That's not right. Anyways, so fun data. It's cool to have that kind of data specifically. So
yeah, that would be really cool.
All right. We're losing steam. I think we're coming to a head. What do you think?
I don't even know if we ever solidly agreed on a time domain for this. We have just gone all over the map.
Yep.
I think when I have to say good night to Abby Grace, that should be like a
5-minute warning.
We need to wrap it up. Yeah. Because she comes in every time, right? So like I think that's when we should, like, we need to cut it.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. It was a great show. Sorry for the delay and comments. We'll finish the show. Answer Trisha's last question. Is WODprep doing all the open stuff? WODprep will always do all the open stuff. That is what we do. So stick around. We'll start talking. We'll start talking more about it. We'll do some lives throughout the announcements and all the things. Same thing with quarterfinals and probably semifinals in some capacity. And so we'll be around. And if you're looking to be better at the open, head over to WODprep.com, sign up for WODprep Academy, and join our group to do all of the open shit that we do every day. Me and Claire run a weekly call called Road to the Open. So this week we're going over 2016, doing a little homage to, I don't think it didn't work.
No, that's the Road to the Open.
Nice. I thought you were trying to do your.
Please just keep going as he
fireworks. It's right here. That's fireworks.
There it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and have a good one. We'll see y'all next time.